ああ、照準を。
えい、私ならできるはず。
見破ったぞ。
海流が全てを慰めるの。たまには白チュームに浸るのも悪くないでしょ。
スタン
手当てし
ス
ないと
タン
この歌
スタン。
この一発外しはしない。このまま終わらせる。
そこ
ああ、
行ってラビオさん。
はっ。
そこ無理しすぎないでね。ピーテオンさんと一緒なら。
見破ったぞ。ナイスタイミングだ。
歌いまし
これで終わりだ。結構頼もしい。帰るぞ。
こんにちは。マジシャンのあなたも私の歌を聴きたいですか？ヤギくんは一番好きなお花なの。みんなこれを見ると元気になるから。はい、どうぞ。ほら、あなたも笑った。やっぱりこのお花すごいね。 ちらはラビア
武器は
人生一緒に学校内
永遠の
言葉で表せないもん。
第一面倒なことでも
世界で命は常に巡り、自然の力が溢れてます。
どこに行っても小熊座が守ってやるさ。
天気が悪いからやりたくなかったが、お前のためなら特別に営業してもいいぜ。
あなたも私の歌を聴きたいですか？
どんなものにもその価値がある。
楽し学校内で注目一緒に
無意味な戦いなんて。
武器は大切な人を守るためにある。
ほらほら、厳しい顔しないで。笑って笑って。どう
俺の
楽しい夢と悪夢は紙一重。どちらを選ぶかはあなた次第ね。
どんなものにも
あなた
第一回。
天気が
聞いて、小鳥たちがささやいてますよ。 ぎ話をかけるのはきっと優しい人なんでしょうね。あなたはどんなおとぎ話をかけるのはきっと優しい人なんでしょうね。あなたはどんなお花が好きですか？あら、咲かせすぎちゃったかしら。おとぎ話をかけるのはきっと優しい人なんでしょうね。
Hey,
Hey, good morning.
good morning.
Copy an existing client details object that's verified. Paste into
お
the
とぎ話
collection
をかけるのは
record.
きっと優しい人なんでしょうね。
So update the yeah, okay. So how do we construct the proper opportunity?
あなたはどんなお花が好きですか？
I guess start by finding one that's US verified.
咲かせすぎちゃったかしら。
Yeah, so I guess what you're okay. So you're trying to construct an op record, a valid op record to
お
pass
と
the
ぎ
agents.
話をかけるのはきっ
And I
と
guess it's got to be EPW
優しい
type.
人なんでしょうね。
Yeah.
Do we check ADS for US verified status or some in progress record status?
Yeah, I guess you could trace it down from the
あな
ADS
たは
side, or
どんなお花が好きですか？
Do you know on the op record if it
あ
passed?
ら、
yeah, because it'll say on the client details. So in the client, so I'm querying the opportunity collection, and then I'm looking at the client details. Why are these? Oh, because
お
USMDM
とぎ
has a
話を
property
か
now.
けるのはきっ
So we'll just
と優しい
do.
人なんでしょうね。
We can just find where the client details. I don't know, I can zoom in if you need.
I can't read, but I'm just kind of listening.
Alright.
あなた
So
は
client
どんなお
details
花が好きですか？
would be party verification status
咲
or
かせすぎちゃっ
verification
たかしら。
flag is, I think it's yes, a white character.
おとぎ話をかけるのはきっと優しい人なんでしょうね。
So why? Maybe we can filter down even more to where the verification is Y, the status is ADS in
あな
progress.
たは
Type
どんなお花
EPW.
が好きですか？
Type EPW.
あら、
Those should be the
咲
Holy
かせすぎ
Trinity.
ちゃったかしら。
Yeah, EPW, and then record status ADS in progress. 0 docs. But let's say we take away the EPW, that should give us a lot more. And we'll just sort by create hit date descending, which now gives us 1,000 records. So what I would, so this is from 626. Type is blank. What I would do is I would just, so in the client details, you can copy all this out, and then paste it into, I guess, like an EPW if you're choosing. Because what are we doing? We're checking. We just want the verification flag to be yes. And then I think in the ADS details we query some of the country country codes of this PRID. It's already accepted. That's fine.
Is the PRID only in the client details for when it does any verification on the party?
No, so we have the PRID. One, it's in the client details, but it's also comes down here. So we have the PRID 2 spots.
Should I update both, you think?
Yeah, that's yeah. That yeah.
My bottom bar is it has a loading symbol. I can't click on anything to take notes. I guess I'm bugged.
I can give you the query, or I can just paste this client details because I'm trying to
You can give me the op. Well, which environment are you in? Test.
test. I don't. Yeah, I can.
Sure.
We'll do-
Say
whichever
test
one
for
you
the
want.
op ID for client details.
Okay.
Yeah, message me that and then just say also copy the PRID since I can't take a note right now. So my to do is to get an EPW op, take that up from test with the client details, just copy out that object, do some surgery, put the new one in, PRID update, and then go to my local, save it, and then go to the local queue for update validation and feed it in.
Yeah.
And then
So-
notification's just the op ID.
Once you paste the client details into the EPW record you want, you'll probably just want to set this to USMDM updated status.
Okay, can you put that in the message to me?
Yeah.
Oh, I have notes
Yeah.
again.
So you paste in the client detail.
Okay, you can just provide the test ID if you want. I can take notes on the rest. Writing test ID with accepted client verification. Need to update the PRID on both client details and root. And also update the status to USMDM. Is it in progress? USMDM. What is it?
USMDM updated.
Updated.
Details
There's
then.
3.
I'm trying to think.
Well, I'll just need to have local ADS running, feed it in to receive it. Is it gonna need to make any external calls?
ADS will need USMDM and Workday.
I think those are both working. I've seen some responses, I guess. I don't know. I'll have to test.
Yeah.
I think it's operational.
And then
Need US EPM and Workday for ADS creation. Alright, any other details for the test case?
no. Which environment did you want me? So I was in dev. Did you
So,
want?
I mean, you push your updates to dev. Dev's not receiving any updates from the queue for Salesforce, so I'm not using dev. I'm just using local. Everything works locally, I think.
All right. And I guess you're hooked up to the test environment, or?
For queues or for services, everything's local.
Okay.
For web app only, I have the proxy to go to test right now.
Okay. I see.
I prefer to have my full local services working usually. So I'm happy. Alright, you can find any other details, but I think that covers it.
Yeah, I think that covers it. And I guess it just depends because we have different flows, and well, I guess the main point is you want to see ADS create the.
I need one that's
ADS
created
object.
with, yeah, and then I've made a lot of schema changes for op and sales. So Salesforce has Salesforce schema, ADS has opportunity schema. They're the same thing, I think, but they weren't named the same, so that's a little bit confusing. Just an FYI for you. if you remember that. And then new risk profile workflow model. You'll see it on the PR. Just letting you know. Just saying that as a general thing.
So you're adding a new schema, or?
I don't need to add new schema. On Salesforce, I had to add a new model for the risk work profile stuff, and then use that in the new opportunity model that Shane created with the refactor. So that was updated. And then schemas added some news for ADS, op type on the opportunity, and then risk work profile details. The EPW details also on the opportunity. As well as, so yeah, op type for front end, and then profile ID and the manager people stuff for the display details.
Okay.
Multi-firm's already there. Yeah, that was for decision.
You mean, so you're adding up extra properties that we were missing?
Yeah, I was kind of peeved that the PBI wasn't positioned to be worked on last time, but now we have the foundation there to do it, to bubble it up. So all that groundwork has been done. So if everything works, it's done today, but testing's a bitch. And then, do you feel confident you could guide testers to EPW? Because they wait till the last minute to try to figure stuff out, and I don't trust them. So, do you have confidence?
No, because they don't understand the ops now. They're saying, I'm creating a JVR, and it's like, that's an opportunity. So
wrong language.
It's like, I don't think they know the difference between the different records. And then there's also flows. They're like, why did it create? And like, it literally tells you in the ADS not created reason that there's no C levels. It's like,
yeah, Madon ironed out that process. It seems like when I worked with him for those details.
Yeah, because there's a
There
whole
might be
bunch of
gaps.
things that it needs to create, and if you don't have it, it's going to tell you. I mean, it should, but sometimes there's a few things we miss, or we need to do some better logging or handling why we don't create it. But
yeah, I keep forgetting about the reasons object. I just always feel like I have to troubleshoot it in the ADS collection.
Yeah, because we'd always used to go through the logs and say, oh, it's because it doesn't have sea levels, or it's in the wrong country, or something like that. Now it's like, it's just easier for us to throw it in whatever's in the log into that object, the not created reason, and then so they can just query it themselves without having to
Yeah, I try to make new collections for such things on ICC, so of course adding it in the same collection would be nice. Okay. So at some further testing of this PBI, we'll need to figure it out.
Yeah.
I was not able to search my op when trying to create a new EPW, so that was my issue, but I'm not sure what that was missing, if there's some connection missing. So that's where I tried, as far as I got.
Okay.
It's not something we're doing right now.
I think that's it. You just need the client details, and it should, as long as the right data is there and it meets those conditions, it should create.
Cool. I just need one locally to fix the front end and make sure it actually works. The crappy thing is if I sent this a test for them to test and the web app didn't work, I would get bitched at probably, but it depends on how long it would take them to test.
Yeah.
So better to get, from my side, is done as much as possible, so that even if things go wrong later, it's minimal. Is my idea.
Yeah.
All right, I can be wrapped up early, ideally.
Okay. I guess I'll see you in the meeting then.
Yep. Thanks for your help.
All right. No problem. Any other issues? Ping me. We can. If I miss something, we can.
Yeah. This sprint, I only have this one PBI. There's no. I could have done another small one, but there wasn't any for planning, or it wasn't brought up. So I should be able to wrap up this and be done early.
Okay. I'll talk to you in a few minutes.
Alright, bye.
Alright, see ya.
I forget I explained my stuff, but they don't really care.
ちらはラビオさん。
武器は大切な人を守るためにある。弾のリラックスくらいはサボりとは言わないだろう。寝てないぞ。ちゃんと聞いてる。 たまのリラックスくらいはサボりとは言わないだろ。たまのリラックスくらいはサボりとは言わないだろ。ん？寝てないぞ。ちゃんと聞いてる。たまのリラックスくらいはサボりとは言わないだろ。
退屈なら私と一緒に第13区
精一杯
プライベートな時間の撮影はご遠慮に。
傲慢
私も手伝えるよ。私もみーちゃんもとっても強いんだから。
Hi Madan, hello everyone. I think Archana, Nitesh, Abhi, all are stuck in the call with the C2C team, I believe. Hi Nitesh. C2C call is over, Nitesh?
That is done. So I'm sorry, I was speaking on
元気ないみたいだけど、どうしたの？
Okay.
私、おしゃべりが得意なの。
finished.
話してみて。こん
I think it's
にちは。
still
マ
there.
ジシャン、どうしたの？
武器は大切だ。
ほらほら。厳しい。
無意味な戦い。
楽しい
Any
夢
restrictions?
と悪夢は
Call
紙
me. I'll
一
drop it
重。
off this one.
どちらを選ぶかはあ
Okay.
なた次第ね。
Alright. So whatever is there, we can start with the update. Let's think. Can we start with you, Brent?
Sure. Good morning, team.
まさか
So yesterday, before the sprint planning, I was parsing out the raw response from the EPW call. So I got the EP team stuff and started formulating all the prerequisites for the EPW UI PBI. So I got the profile ID parsed out and saved to the op, and then propagated up through to the ADS. So that'll be in the front end. And I also added a risk profile workflow object to the opportunity in the ADS, which will hold all of the manager and leader details
寝落ちしたの
for the displays in the request
夢で
contact
聞いた
section
声
that
は
we're
信じ
adding.
ないで
So all of that groundwork has been completed, and I'm on to the testing phase as the front end's been updated for the details to show those risk profile entities. I need to work on creating a EPW ADS locally today, so I've been working with Micah to understand how to simulate the test case. I cannot
理想主義者
facilitate
が
US
かわいそうだと
verification
は
and
思わない
USMDM to create my own ADS.
彼らは
So the strategy Micah suggested to me will be to find an opportunity that does have US verification and copy those client details into my own EPW op and then create the ADS from there, hopefully. So I'm going to try that today. If that works, I will be able to test my front end solution, and if it's all good, move it to QA ready. Otherwise, I will be fixing up any issues I see and just trying to get that test case working. No blockers, that'll be my focus for today.
まさか寝落ちしたの
Thank you
夢
for
で聞いた
the
声は信じ
Brent.
ないで二度は言わない
Micah
わ
is
よ
on the call, so in stream.
So I started working on that PBI there yesterday.
言葉で表せないものを
Finished that up today. The wires.
Okay. And have you set up the connect for KT session?
I believe that was already set up.
Okay.
世界で命は常に
Make sure
巡り
that those
自
are
然の
recorded
力が溢れて
sessions.
ます
Okay.
言葉で
And
表
can
せ
you
ないもの
forward
を
that invite to me as well
私
as
の歌声
optional?
に込めて
I think you might want to ask her, but she
Okay.
created it.
聞いて小鳥たちがささやいてますよ
Yes. Over to you, Satya. Yeah, Shweta. So I've been working on that
おとぎ話を
physical
かけるのは
advent
きっ
that
と
renewal.
優しい
So
人なんでしょう
the
ね
testing for that is pending, but I was not able to do it because the dev and test environments are down. I'm not able to access them. It is for all the applications, not just for ours. Seems like there's an issue going on. Okay, your mother reported that. Yeah. So I was trying to connect from local, and that was also not working. Brent, do you know the reason? Have you all got a chance to look in that?
I have not. I haven't opened up the environment today. If it's all, it must be open AM.
あなたはどんなお花が好きですかあら咲かせすぎちゃったかしら
Shweta, like Fabian was mentioning in that Fabian Katina.
Okay.
おとぎ話をかけるのはきっ
So,
と
like, which team is
優
working
し
on
い
that
人なん
then?
でしょうね
That support only has to look into it ideally. But if it has something to do on top of that, we're not sure.
Okay.
おとぎ話をかけるのはきっと優しい人なんでしょうね
Oh, the site's not even reachable. Yeah, so the main servers are down.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Let's see.
Haven't seen
Maybe
that before.
Archana
あな
can
たは
take
ど
heads
ん
up
なお
on
花が
that.
好きですかあら咲かせすぎちゃったかしら
Should
So
be
as
fixed
if
without
mine
our
was
internet.
blocked. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
おとぎ話をかけるのはきっと 優しい人なんでしょうね。
Also, so yesterday I
Testing.
created a task.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I created a task under automation, and I thought of like start with the automation for the regression ones, and which are getting paid only
あなた
10%
は
is getting passed
どんなお花
out
が好
of
きです
40
か？
scripts. It's like only what 2 are passing. And I was checking on those on automation part. Apart from that, I just checked on the PBA's list and try to create test cases for those.
あな
Those
た
are in
は
progress.
どんなお花が好きですか？
That's it from my side.
あら、
Mm-hmm.
咲かせすぎちゃったかしら。
Thank you, Madan. Karthik.
So I was looking into that
おとぎ話をかけるのはきっと 優しい人なんでしょうね。
but I also responded, so I checked the radius were created in stage. So I was just trying to test an environment, so we have that issue, so we cannot look at it. And then I've created a couple of tasks for the BBAs that we have assigned to myself. So then the test case creation I have just started for this particular BBA. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll pick up few other BBAs in the group. Yeah, that's all from my end.
Okay.
Over to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Karthik. So yesterday, Shweta, pretty much I was occupied with most of the call, CS calls also related to budgeting, resourcing, and other stuff. Um, Today we are planning to create test cases for whatever item which is ready to test. I mean QA ready stuff. And like we have 8 PBI, so we are trying to get the most important first. So we'll as a team create test case first, and then we'll review early possible, so that we don't waste time later. Yeah, that's it from my side.
Okay. And any updates on the performance testing metrics?
No, that's what Archana is discussing. So I think you were in chat or not. So as much as I know, they have the code. I mean, they can run from Blaze Runner the script. They wanted our help, and we provided it. Now I'm not sure about the results. So that's what the discussion might be going on. They are reviewing the results, which performance team is sharing with Archana and Mike.
Okay. Thank you, Nitish. Martin?
Hello everyone, good morning. Yeah, so yesterday we had a refinement session with the business. I have to update a couple of PPIs based on what we discussed. So getting the recording and updating those. Also, I checked with Aileen and Danielle, and they agreed to cancel this Friday next week's refinements, so we can resume the discussion with them in the week after the fourth week. Yesterday in the afternoon I worked with Micah on the product code that Danielle provided. So I have the updated list. We have a new PBI there that has the 2 extra product codes, so it's gonna be Fab 9. So this latest update that Daniel sent, I don't know if maybe create a new PBI just to update or replace that other protocol. Maybe that's the best thing instead of adding extra work to an existing PBI. So probably I'll just create a small one of that. Yes, and the other thing, Malik pinged me a few minutes ago about if we know about the ADS UAT sign off, when they should expect that.
Yeah, so we have the go-no-go call at 1:30, Martin, and
Okay.
they're looking for the sign from business team before the go-no-go call.
Okay. Is Becky or Joanna going to provide a conditional sign off or something? Do we know?
I think you'll have to follow up on that, Martin.
Okay.
I think we should be able to sign off.
ど
Maybe
うして
we
じっ
would
と
want
私
to
を
call
見て
before
る
that,
の？
if at all, right?
もしかして頭
It's
のお花が
better,
気にな
like
る？
Mike was
欲しいな
mentioning
らあげ
that
ようか？
there are some items that we haven't gotten notifications from TDMS, right? So those are probably stuck at USMD pending. So we'll have to. Maybe they want us to have a call.
Okay.
Maybe you can check with them.
Yeah, sure.
Check with Becky. She's been the one who's spearheading it.
Okay. That's
どうしてじっと私を見てるの？
that's all
も
I
し
have
か
for
して
now. No
頭のお
personal
花が
payments.
気になる？
Mm-hmm.
欲しいならあげようか？
Thank you, Martin.
I think we are getting TDMS notifications now. I'm catching up on a different thread.
Okay.
Somebody's saying they're getting notifications, but the chat is called.
I checked mine, that is, we are getting notifications. Even radius got created in stage, so I tested.
Okay, so I think we maybe passed that.
元気ないみたいだけどどうしたの？ 私
One
おしゃべりが得意な
So all those that we were waiting for the notification should now probably end up creating ADS, right?
Yeah, I think it was just one JBR or op that was they were expecting creation, but it didn't, and because we couldn't use it was in USMDM pending because we could not get the data from USMDM. So theoretically that should be working.
Okay. Okay, so as an update, right? The performance testing results.
楽し
無意味な戦いなんてただ医療資源
Yeah,
を
it
浪費し
doesn't
ている
look
だけじゃない
like
か。
March results, right? Especially for the repository, it's much slower. Like they're searching for Walmart, it's bringing back 2,000 records, and it took 30 seconds for 20 users. And the application earlier took 7 seconds for 30 users. And they say as we go up the user count, the total time it takes keeps going up. It goes to 60 plus seconds. So I asked them to put back the values as we had before we did this, right? So now they're putting back the minimum number of pods to 3 and max pods to 5, like how they did when they did C2C migration. So I'm asking them to put back whatever we had in March, including whatever we did with the export functionality fix, right? Where export didn't work and export didn't work, and then we put some fixes in, right? So until then, whatever was the code changes with regard to the number of pods and scaling up memory utilization, I've asked them to put those back and run another test. Hopefully we'll have those results by 1:30. Fingers crossed, let's see how things go. And Nitish, we don't have to worry about full regression for this, right? All that we care about is only for performance. This should not really require regression.
Yeah, I mean, they're not just touching the code, right? They're just trying to take part where, then
Yeah, they are making, and they also noticed that when they were hitting the repository, right? They got a 503 error, and then it works. I don't know how often they get it, right? So that's
we also raised this issue, Archana, but it was fixed. So maybe when they're doing performance testing, when they're creating multiple users, so maybe that time multiple requests, they might be switching. But Madan raised that issue in the initial builds, that 503.
And to fix that then, Nitish, or it was just environmental?
I think we saw that gone after Muthu's fix into something else also, where he tried to patch there. So I'll look into the bug if there is written anything. Otherwise, if you want, I'll reach out to Muthu.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Nitish. Okay. That's it.
Anything more, Archana?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Any parking lots? Micah, would you like to share your updates?
Yeah, I worked on the EPW flag, and I'm gonna make a PR. I just want to deploy it to dev first and play around with it, and then I'll make that PR.
Okay. Alright, and Archana, like this like test environment is not